The Aitik mine is in fact the source of the metals that go to make things like mobile phones, ovens, computers and other important articles that function so well. Aitik is the biggest open-pit copper mine in Europe, situated on the outskirts of Gällivare in Sweden, just north of the Arctic Circle. The name Aitik comes from the Laplandic Sami language and it means storehouse. Pretty good name, but it doesn't look like this lot contains many precious stones now, does it? Thanks to the grand scale of our advanced and rational operation, Aitik is a profitable mine in spite of the fact that the ore grade is so low. It wouldn't be considered viable enough to mine in many other places in the world. 1 ton of Aitik ore contains 99% waste rock, which we extract in our concentrator plant. What's left is 1% concentrated ore. In the smelter, this breaks down to roughly 2 kilos of copper, 2 grams of silver and 0.1 gram of gold. Very low grades, but in huge quantities. We've calculated that the ore reserve will last until the year 2029, even though we've doubled the production to 36 million tons a year.
Det är inte så himla vanligt jobb och sen får vara med i en gruva, helst en gruva som går så bra. Så det är jätteroligt.
The actual mining process starts with a drill plan layout. It's an important job as commencement determines the conclusion. Goethe, whose responsibility it is to see that all drill holes are correctly placed, was here even before Aitik became a pit.
Jag började ju som pinpojke här 1966. Jag har trivats bra i alla tider.
The digital drill plans are transferred to the drill rigs. These huge electric-powered rigs can drill bucket-sized 311mm wide holes. When the holes are drilled, it's charging time. In order to achieve the required rock fragmentation, the holes must be detonated in the correct running order with slightly delayed intervals. So the charging work is critical, and it's vitally important to be fully focused. On the other hand, there's absolutely no danger as the explosive emulsion is still inert at this stage. Until it's all charged up and everybody has been removed from the area and the detonation is activated. The next stage is loading, and we don't use any small excavators for this job. We use the biggest there is. 80 tons in a single bucket. These mine trucks are no toys either. The biggest ones can shift more than 300 tons per load. The traffic control center sees to it that the vehicles and the machines in the mine are underway, rolling day and night. This, of course, demands a spacious workshop. In the crushers, which are situated both down in the pit and up on the surface, the ore is crushed to a degree that no single piece is larger than 40 centimeters. The crushed ore is transported on a conveyor belt that stretches for 7 kilometers, half of which goes through an underground tunnel up to the main ore storage facility next to the dressing plant.
Vi tar ut kopparn ur gråberget.
Everything is controlled from this room. Firstly, the ore is ground in these gigantic mills. The stones are milled together with water and the result flows over to the flotation hall. Here in these huge tanks, reagents, foaming agents, chalk and compressed air are added.
Gråberget, eller det vi inte vill ha, det sjunker i botten. Poppan och de saker vi vill ha flyter upp tillsammans med skummet.
In great coagulating tanks and filters, the water is finally removed. What's left is the copper concentrate. This is loaded onto a truck and driven to our new railroad terminal, where it's reloaded every night to be transported to Boliden smelter. All surplus water and sand from the concentrator is pumped out to our large tailings pond. For a long time we've been focusing upon restoring everything we can back to nature.
Då måste vi ju vara lite indianer och fundera, vad tar vi ut ur jorden och hur ska vi få tillbaks det vi tar? Vi återvinner till exempel allt vatten som går runt i verket. Ingenting går bara ut utan att komma tillbaks.
It's just this recycled water that's used to keep the rising dust in check on all of our roads. With the help of choppers, the tailing pond is bombarded with dust-binding substances. Waste rock, which we excavate to reach the ore, is turned into gravel for road construction. Sewage sludge from purifying plants in Stockholm end up as fertilizer on our heaps, which eventually will turn into beautiful rolling hills. And the actual open pit itself will become the deepest lake in Sweden in about 150 years from now. The finished metals that we produce are 100% recyclable. The products can be reused again and again and again.
Man hoppas ju att det fortsätter och fortsätter och fortsätter.